There's always been a weird thing with me and vehicles. I mean, the concept is easy enough to understand. Everyone wants to be Knight Rider, right? Or do some crazy Mad Max bullshit. That's cool, but weirdly enough, vehicle-based TTRPGs are kinda rare. Really think about it. When was the last sci-fi TTRPG where the main thing was piloting a ship? But travel... No. The main thing was piloting a ship, not everyone's favorite tugboat. It's usually buried in the back or with the vehicle rules, and I've always found that a little interesting. 0 Hour Squadron was kind of a thought experiment more than anything. How do I make a space dogfighting game? Hell, we all want to be part of Rogue Squadron, right? But for every wedge, there is definitely a Porkins. During researching, I realized a few things about being in space. It sucks. You get hit from a starfighter, you explode and die. You don't crash, you just explode and die. Anything you do will probably result in you exploding and dying in the vast emptiness of space. Kind of a unique problem when designing 0 Hour Squadron, but that's half the fun, right? But let's start from the top. The lore is very basic. What if Twilight Imperium except rants? Yeah, that's it. It rants won by banging everyone. Yeah, I decided to double down on innuendo and appealing to my inner 13-year-old brain for this one. After reading a few articles on a few games, the Second Twilight War is part of my Notepad's generic setting initiative, letting me slot in any game idea without a home into these settings, and this is Rants 10 in space! Except everything has gone to hell because his descendant, a Machiavellian cat boy, died, and now it's a 4-way civil war for the throne. But let's get this game really going. At its core, you're a ranger, your prototypical space hero who are too busy blasting problems in the face and piloting spaceships to care about the rest. During the personal scale, you're going to be rolling a number of D8 equal to your karma score and adding up the result. Every time you beat the threshold, you score a success that improves the quality of your result. If it's average, then we score a 16, we scored a decent success. Making a ranger has them pick from around 18-ish different species, some being simple like Hylix and let them go first in combat, to esoteric ones like the Zalbata who can use magic soul weapons powered by 5th dimensional space magic. Don't worry, it makes a little bit more sense in context, I swear. From there, you have a tight list of skills and a handful of starship skills that influence how you're going to be flying. But all of that is secondary to the main show, Starships Combat, as you're going to be customizing your personal shitbox. All of 0 Hour Squadron takes place on the sensor map, a 2D open map representing 3D space because fuck you trying to deal with 3D space. The main gimmick, you could say, is that each ship has edge, shield, engine, tech, sensors, and weapons attached to it. But each ship only has a set amount of energy that you can dedicate to any of them. If you've ever played FTL, you probably know where this is going. But let's run through something simple. The initiative phase is where we're going to start every round. We readjust all of our energy, and then we're going to be rolling our ship's maneuver plus edge. Then the momentum phase has our ships ascend in order of initiative, actually moving equal to whatever engine power that was dedicated. Then we get to our actions in descending order. Every part of our ship is going to be filled with guns, modules, tech, and anything else we can throw on there, but it's all useless junk unless we can throw some power into it. Better ships have better engines to produce more energy, which means more toys to play with. Everyone, though, still gets 2 actions, a major and a minor. Most major actions involve unloading everything we physically can, or trying to slap a wrench on your rapidly exploding shitbox. Minor actions are the main meat of the game, arguably, often shooting only one gun, barrel rolls to break locks, changing missile targets, or trying to power cycle to clear ECM damage. However, you may be looking at this Simtech Falcon thinking, man, these weapons don't do a lot of damage, right? Well, no. A good volley from a handful of weapons is going to kill you, and you're not going to be dodging in this dogfight. Instead, you have soaks. The soak reduces the amount of damage to potentially 0, keeping you alive. Relationship soaks are the easy ones, tapping into your bonds with other people to reduce the damage you take. Alternatively, you have universal soaks. Every soak has some kind of terrible situation happen to you, or forcing them to improvise. For example, oh no, we're gonna take 10 damage and explode! Oh God! If we want to live, we may have one of our weapons get damaged to reduce it only to 2 damage. We may perform an evasive maneuver to roll our maneuver die, trying to reduce damage that way, saying a quippy one-liner to reduce it by one of our stats, or even just getting really unlucky and finding ourselves dead in the water, floating in space for an entire round, doing nothing. Some of these we can recover by skipping the overcharge phase, but if we skip an overcharge phase, that means we're not taking a second full set of actions. Others are one and done, as you're not going to be fixing your maneuver jets when they've been blown to Kingdom Come, with you quickly following. But the game itself managed to clock in about 96 pages, more than I intended to be honest, though I got a bit invested in some of the little details. Was it interesting to write? Yeah, a lot actually. Is it perfect? Fuck no! This is one of those needs 8 billion more things kinds of games. More ships, more toys, more guns, more abilities, more stuff. Something is probably wrong in the mess, but I'll fix it later. All of the documents are down below. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the rest. My name is Notepad, and this was 0 Hour Squadron. Thank you very much for the Yggdrasil Central Cash Bank for their continued supports. Godspeed, good luck, and God save the Emperor.